Hey everyone, it's Barbie J. Welcome to my channel, June BLC. Hey there everybody, it's your girl Barbie J here with the recap and review of Tyler Perry's comedy drama Sisters, Season 7, Episode 19. It Takes a Village. Now before we get started, if you are new here or if you're returning here and have not as of yet subscribed to my channel, please take a moment right now and hit that subscribe button, then hit the notification bell and select all, and it'll let you know every time I upload any new content to this channel. It will also let you know anytime I'm going to do a YouTube live, which we will be having one today, which is July 18th, Thursday, July 18th at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So hopefully I will see you all there. Now, I also ask you to smash that like button, write a comment, and join the conversation, and share because sharing is caring. Now, this episode starts off with Jordan at home, and Penelope calls and lets him know she's okay, but she can't tell him where she is. Gary's name comes up, and she tells Jordan she doesn't want to use this call talking about him. And I noticed that Jordan is now calling her Nellie. I guess it's short for Penelope, Nellie. I never recall him calling her that in any previous episodes. But anyway, I thought it sounded cute. But during the brief call, Jordan learns that Penelope lost the baby, and Penelope learns that Andy broke up with Jordan. She tells him this doesn't sound like Andy and suggests he talks to her, but Jordan has basically given up on love. You know, he's sitting around just drinking and not washing up or whatever. Something's going on with him. But then now at the penthouse, we see Deani, Maurice, and Pam holding down the fort before the guests arrive. And Pam pulls out a large banner with Roots to Riches on it. And Maurice is like, this is a damn baby shower. You acting like it's being sponsored by Roots to Riches. And she said, it is. So he starts getting in her behind about it while Deani just watches and says nothing. Then we have Tony and Rich at Jordan's house, knocking on his door, calling him on the phone, but Jordan doesn't answer until they start honking the car horn in front of his house and threatening to make a scene, before in front of it. So he texts them that the door is unlocked. And I was wondering why they hadn't tried the door in the first place, since this is a Tyler Perry show, isn't it? And you know what I mean by that. The front door always seems to be unlocked in Tyler Perry's shows. Everybody walks in on everybody, don't they? Tell me if I'm wrong about that in the comment section. So when they get inside, the house smells bad, and his boys just keep blaming Andy for everything. I didn't get that. And they make a few, unkind comments to Jordan about Andy, which in my opinion wasn't cool at all. Tony addressed her as a biatch and suggested that Jordan get some sex and stuff. And all of their comments pertaining to Andy just made me dislike them even more, I'll be honest. They even accused her of being with another man without any proof. And what's even worse is neither of them even asked Jordan if he had heard from his sister Penelope and if she's okay or not. That could have also been the reason their boy was feeling down and sitting there getting drunk and smelly. So now we're at Brookhaven Bank, and Damani comes in to let Sabrina know that he has finished the article about her and he wanted her to see it before it was published. Sabrina loved the article and the picture that he used of her. Then Damani let her know that he made sure not to put the fact she's freezing her eggs into the article, and she was glad. And then he asked her if she had found a donor, and when she said no, he told her that he thought about it and he wouldn't mind being a donor. But she told him he couldn't be involved as the father, and he said unless she would want him to be. And she kind of looked at him. But then Sabrina was actually considering it and asked him why he wanted to be the donor. So he gave her the reasons why, and then he did tell her that he used to donate sperm in college. So Sabrina started asking Damani a series of questions about himself, his family, and she even asked to see his teeth. And then had him show her his baby picture, which he just happened to have on hand, Who has that? Somebody tell me in the comment section who has that readily available on their cell phone right now. I mean, he only did 2 or 3 clicks and he had his baby picture up. I was like, y'all put it down in the comment section because I'd love to know who that is. I can't even find a college picture of me, and I just graduated in 2004. So come on now. That was 20 years ago. But anyway, now we have a scene with Zach and Fatima. She's putting on her makeup and letting him know that she doesn't want to go to the shower and that she didn't ever see herself as the fiance of a baby daddy going to his baby shower with another woman. And Zach said he never pictured himself in this position either. Then he made a joke about him and Aaron looking like a trash-ass R&B group, the Baby Daddy Boys. And she started laughing. But Zach understood and told her she didn't have to go. But then Fatima decided she would go because Karen did invite her. Now, at the law firm, Miss Marie comes in with her little attitude and stuff, threatening to take her business to another firm. I'm getting tired of her with that. Just take it to another damn firm, okay? But Hayden, claims to have found proof that her husband Roger was cheating with his assistant. And Miss Marie didn't believe that because his assistant supposedly looked like a dog or something. I don't know, ruff. Anyway, he told her that he has exactly what she needs. And she tells him, well, don't tease me. Pull it out and let me see. For some reason, I just thought that was funny. The way that was seen, the way that was said, I have what you need. She said, pull it out and let me see. I said, oh my God. Anyway, then she thought that this evidence that he had was weak. But then addressed Andy, who was very quiet, and she told her that she knows Andy is a better attorney than Hayden. And then she looked at Hayden and said, no offense. And Hayden said, some taken, but I agree. And then he started, a little attack at Andy, who, had the nerve to tell Miss Marie that she's a bit distracted because she has to go to a baby shower. I said, what kind of excuse? Why would you even say that out of your mouth? Say you haven't been feeling well. Say anything. Make up anything. A baby shower? She's like, oh, then go. But then Andy got up to go. But before she did, Miss Marie reminded her not to fall behind. So Andy leaves. And then as Hayden got up to leave, Miss Marie sat him back down and said, where do you think you going? He said, oh, to get you that evidence. And she said, that could wait. I said, oh, okay. And then she said, your office now. And she was smiling. He's like getting his clothes together like he the man. I was like, dude, please. So next we're at Karen's apartment, and her mama, Miss Lisa, arrives to take her to the baby shower. Miss Lisa takes a few pictures of Karen, and then they have a quick mother and daughter moment about the babies, the daddies, and hoping that her friends behave at the baby shower. And then they head out. Now at the baby shower, we have Deani and Fatima talking, and Deani says she's surprised Fatima made it. And Fatima responds, she is too, but Karen invited me, so I'm here, Then Deani asks Fatima how she's doing, because she knows it must be hard for her to be there. And Fatima shared how she's feeling and how she plans to handle the moment, so they have a little bit of girl chat time. Meanwhile, Zach is walking around and he introduced himself to Rich and Tony. Then he finds out that one of them is dating Sabrina and the other one is dating Deani, And then they ask Zach, since he's known the girls for, a while, what advice does he have for them? And he says, run. And I was laughing, But then he thought about it and said for them to, expect the unexpected. And then the three of them clink their glasses in a toast. And then Pam introduces the baby mama, Karen. And she makes a brief speech in which she ends it with, she doesn't regret what is to come. And with her, I guess she's talking about her 2 bundles of joy, I'm assuming. And after her speech, Andy finally arrives. And I got to say that I was wondering why the shower was being held on a work day. Wasn't both Andy and Sabrina at work earlier? Because that was sort of strange to me. But now what was weird to me about this scene is that Andy's coming into her penthouse and Sabrina's asking her where has she been for 2 weeks. And I'm thinking, how did you have access to come and go in Andy's penthouse to set up and decorate for this shower if you haven't seen or heard from her in 2 weeks? That didn't make any sense to me. Somebody put it down in the comment section where that makes any sense. Also, I have a problem with Rich and Tony coming over while the girls are talking, talking about Deani, Sabrina, and Andy, and then trying to hurl these little subtle insults at Andy in her home. Deani, Sabrina, I'm pissed. They should have shut them down with that mess real quick. And Andy doesn't owe them any explanation. I'm not sure why Tony and Rich were even at the shower, because they don't even know Karen nor either father. Plus, they were having their own issues with Sabrina and Deani the last we checked. Sabrina making that smart ass comment about asking Andy, does she know where her bathroom is when Andy got up to powder her nose? I was like, when did we become a little smart ass when she's allowing you to use her apartment? You could have had to come out of your pocket and pay to rent a hall, Sabrina. So check yourself before you wreck yourself. Anyway, I just didn't think it was cool, nor the fact that they were wanting her to tell what's going on with her in front of their boyfriends. So anyway, I found it very interesting that Tony seems to have a lot of mouth and comments to direct at Andy, but don't know how to check his own doggone kids. Am I wrong? Somebody put that down in the comment section. Did y'all see he has so much to say about friendship and all this stuff, but he don't know how to check his damn kids from stealing and taking from Danny's house and being rude. Little children of the corn. I'm sorry. Babies, kids. Then we have this quick scene with Hayden coming home and Tamara's kissing him as soon as he come through the door and stuff from work. And he's like telling her she's doing too much. And she's like, oh, okay, then I'll make a note of that. Then she pulls a piece of hair out of her mouth. She's like, oh, what's this? And she said, it looks like a gray pubic hair, and I was like, ew, nasty. And then after she accuses him of being with someone else, he accuses her of messing around because she's hiding what's on her phone. I said, both of them need to stop it. And he should be ashamed of himself, as well as Miss Marie, because it seems like that is very unprofessional for you to be sleeping with your client. So now back to the baby shower, when they have the two fathers do the gender reveal, and we learned that both babies are girls. They both had on pink t-shirts or something underneath their jackets. And then Zach kisses Karen's belly and is saying, hi to his little baby girl. And then Zach and Aaron get excited and they slap high five over Karen's head, and everyone is clapping, and Fatima has a strange look on her face. Did y'all all see that down at? Y'all saw that, right? Then Karen gives another speech and asks Deani and Sabrina to be the godmothers. I'm guessing Deani will be the Zach's baby godmother, and Sabrina will be Aaron's baby godmother. And then she told Andy she would be the auntie for both of them. Then she addressed Fatima, saying that it was so funny because everybody's like, wait, her mama trying to stop her. Zach is trying to stop. Everybody got something. She said, let me just say it. And she tells Fatima that she sees how she treats Michael and how she pushes Zach to be accountable, to be a good father, and that she knows the important role she will play in her children's life. And for that, she is thankful for her too. I said, oh, my. I was like, did she really say that? Because honestly, I could tell you, it sounded truthfully from her heart. It truthfully sounded like it was from Karen's heart. I don't know if y'all saw it differently or heard it differently, but I felt she really meant that. So while she was talking, you could see Zach mouthing thank you, and you saw Fatima saying, wow, like, I can't believe she's saying that. So Fatima tells her, thank you, Karen, and she is honored to be their bonus mom. And Karen smiled. I was like, wow, that was really nice. And Zach was smiling, and he was just feeling real good. Then they all toasted to the village. So Miss Lisa leaves, and we learned that Aaron has already left for work. I was like, what does Aaron do, somebody? Because Aaron to me is like Tommy. He ain't got no job. But anyway, then Karen and Fatima, they step aside, and Karen asks her about Andy, and they both admit that they can't seem to get in touch with her and that something is off. Then Karen lets Fatima know that Andy broke up with Jordan, Fatima was surprised. Then Andy, walks up and kisses them bye, saying she's leaving. And I'm like, isn't this her house? I was like, this her penthouse. Why is she leaving? So when the elevator door opens up, Gary steps off with a bottle of champagne. He got on his sweater and that little tight pants that he was wearing. But the bottle of champagne in his hand has a bow on it. I think it looked like it was a blue bow. It's funny because they both having girls. But anyway, Zach confronts him. And then Sabrina says something and pulls Andy off of him because he had his hand wrapped around Andy's arm and stuff. And Maurice said, I checked the guest list. He wasn't invited. And then when he's saying he has something to announce and he's telling, Gary's just being annoying right now at this point. Oh, you shouldn't be upsetting the pregnant woman, and you shouldn't do this and shouldn't do that. And then he just, after everybody was getting on him because Danny yelled out something and Fatima and Rich, and then he told Zach to get his little pit bull he called her Biatch too. And he said, you got one more. Zach started taking off his stuff. He said, you got one more of those and I'm about to knock you out. So it was everything. And everybody was getting on his case. And Gary finally said, I just came here to see all of your pathetic faces when I officially invite y'all to my wedding. And Fatima's like, what crazy ass biatch, you got to marry you and stuff. And he went and grabbed Andy. Andy was standing there saying, can we talk about this later? Gary, can we do this in the room? Do we have to do it now? Please, can we talk? I mean, she was like begging and pleading. And he pulled her over there and said that, meet my fiance. And he showed the ring that's on Andy's finger. And she was just standing there looking crazy. And it went off. Everybody was shocked. Everybody was shocked. It was a mess. Anywho, next week you see an episode where Andy is in her apartment, in the penthouse, telling them everything that happened. And I'm like, why would you be telling them everything that's happened when you know that he has your penthouse bugged? Why didn't you tell him he has the place bugged? Get, what's his name? From All the Queen's Men that they went to college with? Alonzo, I done forgot his name. El Fuego, sorry. El Fuego. Get El Fuego to sweep through that apartment again because she got to be kidding. Anyhow, that's how it ended. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this episode. Put it down in the comment section and I will see you all in the next video. It's your girl Barbie J saying peace.